Hallelujah, Tati.
Don't bake your skin, bake Banish.
Hello, perfect beauties. My name is Daisy, and sorry for the bangs. I know they're not straight. I have a colic, a widow's peak in the middle of my head, but wanted to try out this new look. And let me know if you like the bangs or no bangs. So, I love Tati Westbrook. I think she is one of just the most hardest working, consistent YouTube beauty influencers out there. Like, this girl uploads a video every single day. I have no idea how she does that, and she's just so knowledgeable about skincare, and I've literally watched every single one of her videos. And also my team here at Banish, we all love her, and so my team was like, hey Daisy, you gotta watch this video, and I saw it pop up on my newsfeed and it said the dirty truth about skincare. So I was like, okay, I gotta know what this tea is. Like, is there something I am missing out on? And so we are going to do a reaction video to Tati's video on the dirty truth about skincare. This is my first reaction video. I've never done this before, so I'm sorry if I mess up, but I think we got this. So let's start.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're talking about awful skincare. It's gonna get very real, and I am going to share with you the purge that went on in my bathroom, which you guys know I try and test out a lot of skincare. It's definitely something that I pay attention to. I have always had a very good skin routine, and I'm a big advocate of washing your face, taking off your makeup, no matter what's going on in your life. If you've had the worst day in the world, no sleep, and you have every excuse in your brain possible, you still take the makeup off and you still wash your face. Those are the rules. Like, I've set those for myself. It's a way that I respect my body and my skin.
I will admit there are days where I haven't taken off my makeup. Sorry, I'm not as perfect as Tati, but it's very, very important to make sure that you take off your makeup, because all that crap in your makeup is going to seep into your skin, so you want to make sure you take it off. I also really believe in going through your skincare and really looking at the ingredients and making sure you know everything that's in your skincare products, because I'm not sure if you guys know my story. I have had acne since the 3rd grade. It started as teenage acne, and then I had cystic acne starting in high school and college, and it got to the point where my face would literally start bleeding because the cystic acne would be so huge, it would just pus out of my face and it looked like volcano lava like falling down my face every morning. So I realized that while using all these skincare ingredients and products, I'm literally allergic to every single ingredient out there. Nothing really seemed to work for me. And so through this whole discovery, I started a YouTube channel. I started it like 10 years ago, like a long, long time ago, just trying out different products, reviewing different ingredients. And so I was actually forced to really know every single ingredient that I put on my skin, because I was just allergic to everything. Everything made me break out. And that is why I started Banish, which is clean beauty. It's all natural. You know every single ingredient that's going in there. Products are made fresh, so that way we can use the minimum amount of preservatives. We don't have any artificial fragrance. We don't have any artificial colors. So our serums are never going to be blue or green or hot pink or whatever, because hot pink looks good on your lips, girl, but not on your face, right? I'm really into natural products. I'm really into natural ingredients, because a lot of chemical-based stuff makes me break me out. So let's keep watching.
And it's a way that I prevent breakouts, aging, and it's just such a healthy, good habit. So, you know, I talk about things like my Clarisonic. I talk about things like my Nurse Jamie Uplift. I use tools. I get facials.
I wonder if Tati has ever tried microneedling or microneedling products. I would love her to try them out and see her opinion of them. Personally, for me, the Clarisonic was way too harsh on my skin. I've used it before, but you guys, I have the most sensitive, acne prone, breakout prone. Like, my skin is my biggest physical insecurity, so nothing works for my skin. So personally, the Clarisonic didn't work for me. I find the spin brushes are really irritating to my skin, and if you're acne prone, it really spreads bacteria over your face. The Nurse Jamie roller, I have not tried that out yet, but at Banish we do have the Pore Smasher, which I think is kind of similar, where it kind of helps uplift the face. And I know there's things like the Jade Roller and Gua Sha and all that stuff, which is also very similar.
It sells supplements, Halo, everything skin related to me is so important. So for me, I took the past 2 weeks and I took everything that I felt was a negative out of my skincare routine. And I wanted to see if I felt different about my skin, if I felt different about the process of taking care of my skin, and just what that would mean to me. I can't even lift this. It's going. It's out of here.
I love that sound of all the products falling off the Sephora box.
Here. I feel like I have a lot to learn. I want to educate myself always. I don't think that I know best. And I always say this just to anyone, you know, as far as having an open mind. I think the moment that you think you know everything, you know absolutely nothing. So if I'm speaking on ingredients and you're watching this and you have a different take on it, I want to open up the conversation. Like, let's share, let's learn from each other, but let's all learn from each other in a way where we realize the goal is health, a good routine, good skin. You know, there's a big movement with clean beauty, and even Sephora has a section on their website where there's a little stamp and it'll say that this is clean. And what I found myself doing is noticing all of these things that didn't have the little stamp. And I'm like, wait a second, like there's coal tar in there? That sounds like a monster. The seal means the products are free of sulfates, parabens, formaldehyde, phthalates, mineral oil, the list goes on.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting to me because I was so aware of ingredients in skincare products because I had suffered with a condition like acne, and my skin is just doesn't tolerate anything well. So I completely understand why now there's a huge movement for clean beauty, because if you have really great skin or if you don't have skin issues, you can basically use anything and your skin looks perfect. So I think it's interesting how nowadays people are starting to get into that whole clean beauty thing. They're being aware of what's not only in their skincare, but in their food and, you know, anything that their body is absorbing. So I think it's so great how Tati is speaking about clean beauty and how Sephora and other big brands are now merging into clean beauty. But for me, it was always like I had to be so cognizant. I felt like I was forced into knowing clean beauty and only using clean beauty products and then making Banish products clean because that's only what works for me. So she says sulfates. Sulfates are a detergent. So sulfates are the things that foam in your shampoos, in your face wash, and whatever. And it feels really good because it bubbles and foams, but it's not necessarily good for you because it's going to strip away more of the oils than you need. Mineral oil is something that really irritates my skin. There is this Shiseido eye cream that is like the bestseller at Sephora, and somehow I always think it's going to be different, so I purchase it every few years, but every time I use it I get a little pimple under the eyes, and it makes me break out. Mineral oil really makes me break out. So if you are prone to breaking out, really read the ingredients and see if products have mineral oil.
I have James now using a cleanser instead of his beloved Shiseido Buki cleanser. He couldn't find it anyway, so I was like, well, maybe it's time to try something new. So I have him using this, I believe it's a hemp cleanser, and it is pH balanced, it has no fragrance, it is just, you know,
no fragrance.
The ingredients are fantastic, and I am thinking of doing a skincare routine and like updating you guys on the new changes I've made, so thumbs up this video, yay for that. Be subscribed, ring the bell. But for him, he was in the shower and he's like, this is boring. It doesn't have an experience. It doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't really do anything. And I'm like, but I'm like, true, you know, like that sucks.
So that's the interesting thing about skincare, is it's not supposed to be amazing. Like, if you want really great smelling things, use a perfume, but don't put that perfume stuff on your face, right? Because it's gonna absorb into your body. If it doesn't have an experience, girl, you can go to Walt Disney World and get your experience there. I believe that skincare should just be the basic, the most minimal thing. It should do its job. It should have no fuss, no fillers, no blah, 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 blah. Just do your job, skincare, and don't irritate us. Okay?
Like you want the experience to be a good one, and you want to feel like your skincare is just like this moment and this ritual, and you want to have a good feeling attached to it. So I get that, but I looked at him and I'm like, yeah, well, would you rather have a good experience in the shower for, you know, 30 seconds, or would you rather have really, really incredible skin? He's like, yeah, you got a point. Like, you're right.
So what would you rather? Would you rather have a good experience in the shower, or would you rather have better skin? Same thing with your skincare routine. Would you rather have it be so much fun and blah, blah, blah? Or would you rather have your skin not break out and not be irritated?
Sees all of this, and like you're even turned off by the clean at Sephora thing. You're like, I think that's a bunch of BS. You know, it's just the amounts that they put in products. It's just so itty bitty, it doesn't matter, because I have friends that feel very passionately about that, and there are people that work and formulate at brands that, you know, have said similar things, that this is why this doesn't matter, da 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 da. But if you gave something a try and you
So I think it's so interesting how people think, oh, it's such a tiny, tiny ingredient or tiny, tiny bit of something. If you sniff cyanide or you get that in your body, you're gonna die instantly. Like, there are chemicals and ingredients where, for example, that whole thing that happened with terrorists mailing letters with a little bit of powder that can kill you instantly. Like, chemicals and ingredients, it's not just a little bit. A little bit can kill you, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this and that can really harm your skin. So you have to be very, very, I would say almost anal about every little thing that you're putting in your body, on your face, interacting in the world.
Eliminated an ingredient that was a known irritant and you had a better result with your skin. Wouldn't that be like the ideal situation? I don't know, call me crazy, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. So without further ado, let's go through. We're talking about skincare. Dior, holy crap, this is fragrance to high heaven. I was fortunate enough to be sent some beautiful skincare from Dior, and I was really excited, and I tried it out for a few days, and the experience of it was wonderful. It's rose scented, it's luxurious. Your skin feels really soft afterwards. But then I noticed I was getting breakouts. Did the research on the ingredients, and it has a lot of irritating ingredients within the product. What's really sad is that Dior has a garden where they source, these special.
So this is the thing about life. And I think it applies to skincare, and it is my mantra and what I believe in. Don't look at the outside. Don't look at the luxuriousness. Don't look at the appearance. Don't look at blah, 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 blah. Look at the inside. And this goes with anything you do, anything you put in your body, any relationship that you're in, anything that you have in your life. Look at the inside. Like, you might find the hottest guy who is so hot and has a six-pack, and he drives a nice car and has a nice home and is so luxurious, but if he's not a good person on the inside, that's not going to help you, right? That's not going to be a good relationship for you. So focus on the internal. And so that's why at Banish, we're so into listing all the ingredients and telling you guys what the ingredients do and how they interact and how it's good for your skin. And I will say, for the first 5 years of Banish, we had pretty ugly packaging. It was very, very basic, but you know what? We still got hundreds and thousands of orders, and people still kept repurchasing from us because it's all about the ingredients and what the product is on the inside. So yes, nice packaging is a plus, but it shouldn't be why you're using skincare.
Ingredients that only Dior has access to, but they cover it up with a lot of fragrance and a lot of additives, and it makes no sense to me because you're losing the benefit of that precious, beautiful ingredient by using all of these preservatives and other things that are not great topically for the skin. So I am getting rid of this.
Yes, so again, Banish, we don't use any kind of natural fragrances. Any kind of fragrance we do have in our products, it smells like tea tree or peppermint or a little bit of rose hip oil. That's the kind of fragrance we use. So we're not gonna You know, nothing's gonna smell like vanilla cupcakes, although I really wish that could be a natural fragrance we use, or sugar plum fairy or whatever. And in doing some of more of the research in Dior products, we see sulfates, we see stearic acid, we see lauric acid and myristic acid, and those are ingredients that have been known to cause acne. So Tati, that might be maybe a reason why you're breaking out.
My favorite brands for a very long time, and my mom's gonna be watching this and she's gonna call me and she's gonna be like, you know what, just send it my way, okay? I don't give a crap about the fragrance, whatever. But for me, I have chosen to eliminate products with fragrance as far as my foundation goes and as far as cleansers go and moisturizers. So I'm not saying that I'm all of a sudden perfect with everything, but I do feel like I had a slight issue with irritation on my skin, and I was really trying to narrow down what it was. And I feel that fragrance is one of those things that is absolutely unnecessary in skincare. It is only for the pleasure purpose in that moment.
I hear you, girl. Fragrance can be really irritating to the skin. You want to put fragrance, let's put some fragrance on. Do you hear that? Okay, you want to put fragrance on? Put it on your... Oh. I love perfumes. I love fragrance, but you know what I do, you guys? I put fragrance on my shirts. I spray it all over my closet. I let it absorb onto my clothing. I actually don't even put it directly on my skin often, because sometimes I do notice with my eczema and everything, it kind of irritates it. So if you want to wear fragrance, smell like a freaking Abercrombie and Fitch, but spray it on your clothes. Don't put it in your skincare. And definitely don't put like serums and oils and stuff with all that fragrance.
This cleanser right here from Perricone, the Vitamin C Ester Citrus Brightening Cleanser. There are a few preservatives in here that are questionable. If you really want to go crazy with this stuff, download the app The Dirty, and that kind of sent me down this whole research kind of a thing. Really shocked that my Peter Thomas Roth water.
So Dr. Perricone, we have some ingredients, and I have all the ingredient lists right in front of me so I can look it up. So there's hexyl glycol, which can be acne causing and an irritant, and tocopherol, which is acne causing and an irritant. So in this Perricone MD brightening cleanser, we have sodium lauryl sulfate, and sodium lauryl sulfate is that detergent chemical that really helps foam and all that stuff, and it feels really good because you're like, ooh, I'm washing my face, I'm getting it clean. But it can cause acne, it can be an irritant because your skin is, it can be really sensitive. For me, my skin is super sensitive to anything, so I tend to break out over ingredients like sulfates in them. And when we were trying to develop a cleanser at Banish, it took forever. Everyone was like, Daisy, I want a cleanser. When you're gonna get a cleanser out, cleanser this, cleanser that. And it took me a really long time because most labs and chemists and manufacturers had sulfates in their products. And I was so picky about all the different ingredients that we would put in our products, especially the cleanser, that I really rejected every single one of them. And I think they all got frustrated working with me because they're like, oh my God, this girl is way too picky. I am very picky.
Water Drenched Cloud Cream Cleanser, which... So I've kind of made this list for myself of what my standard is in skincare, and I don't want coconut oils in my skincare because I know that I break out from them. It's too heavy for my skin, even though I have combo dry skin that does sometimes get dehydrated depending on the time of year, travel, stress, sleep, if I'm sick, if I'm well, what time of the month it is. So I have very temperamental skin in the sense of how much moisture it will hold on to. So hyaluronic acid is actually an ingredient that allows moisture to be just attracted to the skin.
Talking about like moisture.
A moth to a flame. Like that's kind of the thing. Like it just like brings all of it to your skin. It can plump things up. I'm like, give it to me. I like it. Yes, please. More. However, this has a lot of coconut, and it has other ingredients that are pore clogging, and it also has fragrance. So while they get things done right in a lot of ways, this is not what I want. So moving on from that as well.
If something's not what you want, move on right along. I looked into this moisturizer from Peter Thomas Roth, and it first has dimethicone. You guys, look into any of your skincare products. If it has the ending thicone, that's a silicone material. So silicones will kind of coat the skin, will make it feel really smooth, will make you feel like you're really moisturizing the skin. but this was one of the main ingredients that made me break out. I break out over everything, and so any kind of silicones, don't have it in your skincare product if you are prone to breaking out. Now, again, it might not make you break out, but if you are tending to break out, really look into silicones and get rid of them. There's other derivatives of silicone. One is called simethicone, so anything with thicone, really take a look into it. So this Peter Thomas Roth Drench Hyaluronic Cream thing has that in there. And it also has cetyl alcohol, so the cetyl alcohol can be an irritant to the skin as well. And it has butylene glycol, and butylene glycol is kind of like a sister to propylene glycol, and propylene glycol is found in windshield wiper fluid, e-cigarettes, all that kind of stuff. So at Banish, we don't use any kind of propylene glycol or anything like that. We use just vegetable glycerin, which is boring. It's a little bit sticky, but you know what? It doesn't give me the breakouts that other glycols can give me.
This one from Laneige, the Perfect Pore Cleansing Oil. This is for all skin types. Now, this is straight up coconut oil and mugwort extract, Laneige, and I am the idiot that had been using Laneige products and having no reaction. I just felt as a consumer very trusting and felt like nothing in here. It's, you know, it's for all skin types, it's gonna be fine. I love oils, but I think the thing you need to think of more deeply is what kind of oils, because there are different oils in skincare products that my skin loves and thrives with. Coconut oil is not for me, so I'm passing on this one. It's way too heavy even for my skin when it's dehydrated. Same thing with this toner right here from Laneige. This is the Essential Power Skin Toner for normal to dry skin. Let's find out exactly what's in here. I feel like I'm a newscaster right now. Look at me with my computer. I'm so smart. I also really love the site Skin Charisma. Not sponsored, none of this is, obviously. So this product right here does have a lot of great things for drier skin. The ingredients in here that are fantastic are panthenol, beta-glucan, glycerin, butylene glycol. Those are all very, very moisturizing. However, this does contain silicones.
So glycerin is what our Banish oil is based off of, so it's very, very moisturizing.
I was like, I already put a silicone primer on my face every day. Why am I putting that like on a cotton pad and doing all this work to like tone my skin and put silicones on it? That just doesn't make any sense to me. This also contains alcohol, so that is a little bit counterintuitive to the ingredients that are very moisturizing, so this misses the mark. The Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream I did really enjoy. So if you're not going as crazy as I am with ingredients and some of the things in here you research and you're comfy with, this is a good cream. It did not make me break out. I would say out of all the Peter Thomas Roth products that I have tried over the years, this is probably my favorite. This one right here, there was something too heavy in it that did make me break out. This is the Hungarian Thermal Water Mineral Rich Moisturizer. This one right here contains hyaluronic acid, it contains glycerin, it has a lot of powerful moisturizing ingredients, but it still maintains to be a pretty light formula. That's why I liked this so much. This does contain fragrance, which I don't want in any of my products at the moment. There are a few irritating ingredients if you have very sensitive skin. Citric acid could be a problem for you. That is in here, but everything else is pretty a-okay. Like, it's not one of the worst. So the other cool thing when you go on any of these sites to do a deep dive into any of the ingredients is you figure out what is best suited for you, because maybe silicones are not an issue for you. Maybe you don't really care about parabens. Maybe certain preservatives are not a warning for you at all.
I'm also very careful about using parabens on my skin because I believe it was linked to be carcinogenic in I think it was at breast cancer. It was one of the cancers. And so because it does run in my family, I just don't want the parabens in my life. I don't want to take that risk, and I also don't use a lot of deodorants. I actually don't really use deodorant. That is a big secret, but if I do, I try to use a natural deodorant, or I really try to use it only when I really, really need it. So sorry if I smell, but
fine, you can kind of narrow it down and be like, you know, what I think is a problem is this oil, you know, coconut or lavender oil, or any of the fragrance added silicone, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of tailor it to what you specifically need. And I guess that's all I'm trying to make known in this video is for you guys to think about what you're purchasing, why you're purchasing,
so,
and you know, hope that we all are doing a routine that gets us to that goal of having better skin. All right, this is really sad because I do like Kate Somerville and I have used the Exfoliate for a very long time. I have not looked at the ingredients of that one. I kind of don't want to. I think I'll be a little bit horrified. But the Wrinkle Warrior Pink Plumping Mask. You can go to Sephora, you can look at the ingredients, and while they don't have any parabens, sulfates, or phthalates, and that's wonderful, but it does contain fragrance. It also contains Red 40 and Red 33, which I have found actually leaves a little bit of a tint and can kind of be a pain in the butt to rinse off. So while I think there are a lot of hydrating, wonderful properties in here, I think I can do better. And how many masks do you really need? I mean, really, it takes me a long time to go through a mask, and I mask quite often. So this one is going bye-bye.
Anytime there's something like blue 80, blue FDC, HBI, purple, whatever, red, yellow, whatever, discard it. Okay, those are artificial colors. They're going to put it in the skincare. It's absolutely not natural and totally unneeded for a product to be like red or pink or bright blue. So Banish, none of our products are colored in any certain way. We don't even color our vitamin C serum, which is absolutely clear. And a lot of companies will color their serums orange or yellow or something because they don't want you to know how old the product is. So you can see this is a fresh batch of vitamin C serum because we make it actually fresh in our facility in Pasadena, California. If you leave this out though for 6 months in direct sunlight, it will turn orange, which is the color that other skincare companies already sell it for. So yep, no artificial colors or fragrances. And actually the FDA does not ban that many ingredients in skincare, except they do ban certain dyes and artificial colors. They ban those, but they really don't ban a lot of other stuff. So you really have to be careful and diligent in figuring out what's in your skincare because the government's not going to figure it out for you.
This was kind of the same thing. I was surprised that this Radical Skincare has colorant in it as well as fragrance and other known irritants and preservatives. So this was a pass for me. I haven't talked about this on my channel, but I really love the kind of exfoliants where you place a thin layer, you wait for it to dry.
So this Radical Skincare, looked it up, it has CI 17200. So that's a pigment, artificial color. Anything that has a weird code, language, thing like that, you know it's artificial color.
And it's almost like you rub and pull the dead skin off, and this works really well, but I just think there is too much going on in here. It's already an aggressive thing to exfoliate your skin in that way. I just think any layer of added irritation is not going to be good for you. So pass on this one.
Yep, you just, especially when your skin is so raw after like scraping something off of it, you really don't want any, especially unnatural ingredients or especially colors or alcohols or anything on top of that. For example, if you're going to use the Banisher, because your skin is going to be raw and more sensitive, don't put anything unnatural on top of it. Like if you don't want to use the Banish oil on top of it, that's fine, you don't need to, but just leave it as is or use something natural. Make sure you know what the ingredients are because you don't want to be clogging your skin with more of those bad ingredients when your skin is so raw.
The Intensive Pore Minimizer from Perricone, again, it's not totally terrible. There is fragrance in here. There are a few ingredients that are going to be slightly aggravating. Not the worst, but definitely not the best. Also, not the worst, not the best. Perricone is kind of like they teeter right here. They have so much that is very advanced and good, and I have to say it's really interesting to me because I read Dr. Perricone's books back when I was in my early 20s and really was educating myself on health and wellness. You know, dermatologists, they understand that when the body is inflamed, the skin looks terrible. It's the source of a lot of issues, from eczema to, you know, premature aging, the list goes on. So I don't understand how, if you have this beautiful diet and this beautiful way of life and wellness and that whole approach, that there would be so many irritating, unnecessary ingredients in the—
Hallelujah, Tati. That's exactly my mantra, my thing, what I believe in, what we believe in here at Banish. You guys know I've had acne for so long. I was trying to figure out what was causing it. And no matter how many skincare products I was layering and putting on my skin, it was really because my hormones were not balanced, was out of check. I was eating so bad. I was eating processed food, especially a lot of processed meats, a lot of dairy. I wasn't eating organic food. I was eating a lot of like everything had in my diet had corn syrup and all that kind of stuff. So because of that, and because I'm so sensitive to those ingredients in food as well, my hormones just went crazy and I started breaking out like crazy. And in turn, to solve that problem, I thought, okay, put more skincare products, let's layer, let's do more steps, more of this, more of that. And it got worse and worse and worse because, first of all, these skincare ingredients have ingredients that break me out even more, but I wasn't solving the root issue of what was going on, which was my diet, my inner body being inflamed. And whenever you're breaking out, whenever you're having acne or whatever, it's really a signal from your body telling you that, hey, something's going on here. Like, your body is really, really amazing. It will send you signals that something's not right. And so what we need to do is listen to our body and not put crap on our face to like solve it temporarily and to make it go away overnight, because nothing is overnight. You really have to figure out what is really the deeper issue, the underlying issue causing all these breakouts. And if you are getting cystic acne, it's most likely hormonal. Something is off with your hormones. So figure out how to balance your hormones first before trying out all these crazy skincare products.
And that might just be me being naive because I am not in a lab creating these products. I don't know the actual amount of what goes into each product, but you know, I'm on board to find out because I see that there are a lot of products made that do not have these ingredients in them, and I'm just kind of curious as to
it's because we don't have marketing budget. So these are billion-dollar publicly traded companies. They have stocks, they have shareholders, they have investors, and then we have people like these smaller companies like me at Banish, where everything that we make in Banish we put back into the business, and we don't got $10 million to spend on a marketing campaign, so that's why people don't know about them, right? And if these larger brands, and I'm not saying every single company is like this, but I'm just saying typically these big companies, they'll just spend so much money on marketing and they have distribution power, and they're going to use ingredients that really make the bottom line very, very happy for their shareholders. So when you are a publicly traded company, when you do have investors, you basically have people asking, how much money can I make from everything that I put in? Like, if I give you $1, I want to make $10 back. And so you have to cut the bottom line all the single time, which means you take out a lot of the more expensive quality ingredients, you replace them with something cheaper, something that will last longer, and put more preservatives because you don't want to make a fresh batch every single time because that costs money. Maybe you're going to find even ways to cut costs for your team, blah, 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 blah. So it's just a different kind of way of thinking because they're very, very business minded and business driven, and their responsibility is to give back to the shareholders, whereas a smaller brand like me at Banish, for us, it's just really to make really great products, and everything that we make out of Banish we throw back into Banish to develop new products. Maybe we can spend a little bit here and there on marketing, but yeah, we don't have a huge budget to spend on, you know, promoting these products, which I am so glad Tati is talking about this now because it's really, really important. That's why I started Banish, because nothing was working for my skin, and it's just really crazy, like all the crap that we put, you know, in our body. Like, it's not good.
You know, who makes that choice and why are things this way? So from here we have the Prestige Dior. This is a cleansing balm, and this is beautiful. It smells so nice. Box. It's nice and oily. Takes your makeup off. I looked up the price online when I got this, and I was like, oh my god. I'm like, that jar spoil me. Stunning. This is so fancy. They did gift this to me, and it's just too heavy. The fragrance is very overwhelming. And again, I was using this routine for a couple of weeks. I was using the cleanser, the oil cleanser, they have an exfoliant, and like the whole thing, and my skin just kind of started getting weird, and that normally doesn't happen to me, so this is just not for me. Over here we have the Laneige Water Bank Essence. This is a beautiful product. Look at the jar, the everything. It's so pretty. It's aesthetically pleasing.
I love the smell of Laneige products. They smell so good. It smells like a cloud. Can Laneige make a fragrance? Because I would buy it and spray my whole house with what Laneige smells like, because it literally smells like you're on a cloud. It smells so good. And their bottles and jars are really, really pretty. Like, I could put a bunch of those vases and stuff in my house. That would be really nice.
I would rather do without and that I know are available without, you know? So no, this is going bye-bye, and I don't want to be an all or nothing person, but if I am already putting makeup on my skin that has dimethicones, silicones, you know, alcohol in it and all of that, I feel like at minimum, I should let go of that in my skincare when I am, you know, caring for my skin, so that on those days where I don't wear makeup, my skin can have a chance to balance and repair. And when I'm washing my face at night and going to bed, that I don't have that heaviness clogging my pores.
So right now I'm wearing a ton of makeup. I usually don't wear makeup unless I'm filming YouTube videos, but once I turn off this camera, you know all this is going down the drain, because there's no need for me to look like this the rest of the day.
This one right here from Laura Mercier, this super shocked me because it has hydrogenated vegetable oil as an ingredient that can potentially be very clogging to your skin, and I was putting this in my foundation almost every single day. For me, maybe I'm a maniac, but like all the teeny tiny little clogged pores, like the little itty bitty ones, in my mind, I would love to find a routine that would alleviate some of that I feel happens from wearing as much makeup as I do. So this was just not helping the situation, a little bit too heavy. It has several different ingredients that are meant to either mask or add fragrance. Maybe it's in a teeny tiny amount along with all these other precious
vegetable
oils.
oil. I don't even think you want to be eating that.
God,
either.
for like
you don't want to be putting, isn't that Crisco or something? Some kind of spread. I don't think you want to be eating hydrogenated vegetable oil.
What, 50, 60 bucks? Stop.
It's a pretty pink color though.
No.
It's really pretty.
I'm also parting ways with many of my Frank Body skincare products. This is coconut oil, shea butter, very, very heavy. They do use soybean oil in a lot of their facial products. There is fragrance in a lot of the products. Their rating system for how clogging an ingredient is, they scale it, I believe, 1 to 5. And because I've never seen above 5, but a lot of the things that I am like, nope, bye. It'll say for oily skin, you know, avoid this. This is a level 3. And soybean oil is a level 3. So to me, I'm like, I can do without it. I could sit here and pull through even more, but this is,
I would love to watch
for this video
more
so
of this. So Tati, please make a part 2.
Ingredients, boring, oh my god. But I wanted to share with you guys what I'm letting go so that when I reintroduce to you things that I am passionately in love with and using right now, that you understand why I made that shift. So bye-bye Dior, bye Perricone, bye Peter Thomas Roth,
bye
3Lab. Oh my god, that's another one I want to talk about. You know, like my very expensive,
I want to hear all this.
Oh my gosh, they have like $1,000 face cream that I used like the whole thing. Didn't see any like amazing big changes, just FYI.
$1,000?
I changed my bank account, but I was shocked because their whole thing was, you know, sourcing the best of the best of the best of technology and the finest ingredients, which they do have those in their blends, but they also mucky them up with some things that are known allergens, irritants, pore clogging elements. I'm just like, so parting ways with that. And yeah, I hope you guys found this useful, helpful. If you want to continue the conversation, please leave comments below, share the video, tweet me.
Oh my gosh, $1,000 skincare. So this is the thing about skincare, and it's different for everybody. For me, I'm not really into like the new technology in skincare, because that means there's new ingredients. They'll probably make me break out even more, because again, I just don't do well with a lot of stuff. So I don't really like to use new technology. Maybe if there is something really, really out there. But for me, it's all about sticking to the basics, sticking to what really works, sticking to what's natural, because I feel like my skin, like, if it was so pure, if it was in a vacuum, if there weren't all these like preservatives and all this shit in our skincare and food and air and everything, I think my skin would be actually really, really good, because your skin is supposed to be like pretty flawless, like pretty good. It's just when we combine it with the environment, with the stuff we eat, with the stuff we put on our face, that is when we break out. And over time, for example, if you're eating something like, for example, corn syrup, or, you know, processed meats, or something that you're really allergic to, over time it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up for, you know, decades, and it inflames your system, and then your body is reacting by breaking out and telling you that there's something wrong. So definitely look on the inside. So that's why I'm not really a huge fan of like really, really advanced technology for skincare, not yet, because I have found in the past it just doesn't work for me. My skin just likes to be the way it is. I think my body doesn't respond well to a lot of like stuff, like stuff that you put on it. It's kind of stubborn. It just kind of wants to be the way it is and not let anything touch it. So I've learned to treat my skin with kindness, to use really good products and really good ingredients for it, but also to know that, you know, less is definitely more. I'm not really a huge fan of having like 30 steps in a, you know, Korean skincare routine, because that's just not stuff that works for me. I've tried it before, it makes me break out, yada yada. I just like using the natural products and ingredients. So for example, in our vitamin C beauty elixir, one of the first ingredients is water, and also aloe vera leaf juice and organic sugarcane extract and some tea tree oil and some peppermint. Like, that's what it is. So that's why I just like to spray it all over my face, because it feels super, super hydrating. There's other sprays and elixirs out there that have alcohol in them, because when you put alcohol in these kind of sprays, it'll evaporate faster on your face, so you feel like it's doing more to your skin. But again, alcohol is going to dry out your skin. It's going to make me break out. So I just have to be super careful with whatever I'm putting on my face. So thank you so much, Tati, for this video. Oh my gosh, she is jumping on this bandwagon. I really want to encourage Tati, if you see this, to try out some Banish products and see what you think. Give me feedback, give us feedback, because I would love to improve whatever it is, whatever is out there, and try to find ways we can make our beauty routine even cleaner. And I would love to see a part 2 on this video, because I think it's so great, and I can't wait to see more of Tati's videos. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Daisy, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm thinking sometime I can do ASMR.